Prosperity does not begin in your bank account. It begins in your mind. You are not poor because of a lack of money. You are poor only if your thoughts are dominated by limitation, fear, or lack. Wealth is not a thing. It is a state of consciousness. And when you understand this truth, everything changes. The world teaches us that riches come from effort, hustle, or luck. But real prosperity flows from your inner beliefs, the silent assumptions you hold about life, abundance, and yourself. Your outer world is nothing more than a mirror reflecting your dominant state of mind. Prosperity is a mental attitude, not a material condition. If you think richly, feel richly, and believe in the generous nature of the universe, then prosperity will find you, not through struggle, but through spiritual law. Your subconscious mind responds not to wishful thinking, but to the feeling of wealth already attained. You must feel rich to become rich. You must expect abundance, even when appearances contradict it. That's not fantasy. That's faith in divine law. Let us explore the inner pathway to abundance, the invisible bridge between thought and manifestation, and discover how a prosperous mind becomes a prosperous life. Prosperity is not something you chase, it's something you become. The first step to abundance is a shift in consciousness. Most people believe wealth begins with effort, opportunity, or external conditions. But in truth, every outward gain is the reflection of an inward belief. The wallet follows the mind. The subconscious mind is the seat of all creation. It responds not to idle thoughts, but to deeply held feelings and assumptions. If you constantly affirm lack, I never have enough, money doesn't come easily, or I can't afford that, you are instructing your subconscious to continue producing that very lack in your life. On the other hand, when you feed your inner mind thoughts of prosperity, security, and divine supply, it begins to mold your reality to match. You may look at your bank account and see emptiness, but do not let appearances dictate your belief. The truth is not what you see, it is what you believe. Feel rich within. Declare abundance, even in moments of financial drought. Not out of denial, but out of trust in the deeper laws of the mind. I told you, wealth is of the mind. Wealth is a belief. Wealth is a feeling. You are wealthy when your thoughts are rich, when your emotions are aligned with gratitude, and when your faith is anchored in the infinite abundance of the universe. This is not magical thinking. This is the natural operation of your mental and spiritual faculties. The outer world is nothing more than a screen upon which your inner beliefs are projected. Change the film, and the movie changes. Change the belief, and your life shifts accordingly. Think of your mind as a garden. Whatever you plant will grow. If you sow seeds of lack, doubt, or fear, they will multiply and choke out prosperity. But if you plant seeds of confidence, generosity, and faith in divine supply, your life will begin to blossom in ways that defy logic. It's also vital to remove guilt or shame about desiring wealth. Prosperity is not a sin. It is your divine right. The universe is abundant by nature. Look at the stars, the oceans, the forests. There is no scarcity in divine design. Why should your life be any different? Powerful consciousness is often inherited from society, family, or early life experience. But you can break the chain. You can reprogram your subconscious by feeding it new ideas, new affirmations, and new emotional experiences. Speak to it as if wealth is already yours. Feel what it would be like to be free, generous, and overflowing with supply. This is not pretense, it is preparation. And as these rich thoughts take root in your mind, your outer life will inevitably begin to change. New opportunities will appear. You will notice resources where you once saw limits. You will feel empowered instead of anxious, guided instead of lost. Prosperity does not wait for you to deserve it. It waits for you to believe it. As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. So begin now. Affirm the truth of your abundance. Let your thoughts become generous, your words uplifting, and your emotions expectant. Prosperity is not something far away. It's right here, in your mind, ready to express itself the moment you accept it. That is the beginning of true wealth. Prosperity is a mental attitude. Everything in your life begins with a thought. A single idea held with feeling becomes a magnet. It draws to you the people, circumstances, and resources that match its nature. Your mind is a powerful broadcasting station, and your dominant thoughts determine what you attract into your life. If you think in terms of fear, worry, and limitation, you will experience those very things. Not because life is unfair, but because your inner state is sending out a signal, a message that the subconscious faithfully obeys. The law is impersonal. It does not judge your thoughts as good or bad. It simply accepts what you feed it and works to bring it into form. Think of the mind as a mental blueprint. When you repeatedly dwell on lack, poverty, or the impossibility of your dreams, your subconscious builds according to that blueprint. It attracts situations that reflect your inner belief. Struggles, closed doors, missed chances. You don't realize you're creating them, but the evidence shows up over and over again. Now, flip the script. Begin to fill your mind with images of success. Think thoughts of abundance, joy, and freedom. Picture yourself living the life you desire, not just once, but daily, with emotion. Your subconscious cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real. To it, feeling is fact. Your subconscious mind is like a bank. It magnifies whatever you deposit in it. So what are you depositing each day? Doubt or confidence? Fear or faith? Lack or sufficiency? These are not small questions. These are the foundations of your reality. It's important to understand that prosperity is not just about money. It includes peace of mind, healthy relationships, vibrant health, creative expression, and spiritual growth. Your thoughts affect all these areas. A person with a prosperous mind may not yet have millions, but they live in a state of trust, optimism, and inner security, and inevitably, outer success begins to follow. You may have noticed how some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly. It's not luck, it's alignment. Their inner world resonates with abundance. They believe in possibilities. They expect good things, they give generously, and they carry themselves with confidence. That energy pulls opportunities toward them like a magnet. The good news is you can become that kind of person, not by pretending, but by training your mind. Begin by becoming aware of your inner conversation. Do you say things like, I can't afford it, money is hard to come by, or I'll never be successful? If so, gently replace those phrases with more empowering ones. I am open to wealth. I deserve abundance. Divine supply flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. At first it may feel strange. Your outer world might not match these declarations right away. but stay with it. The mind shifts gradually, just like a garden grows over time. Plant the seed, water it daily with thought and feeling, and watch your life transform. The key is persistence and belief. A single negative thought won't ruin you, and one positive thought won't fix everything, but your habitual thoughts create your habitual results. So guard your mind as you would guard a treasure. Your thoughts are magnets. They either pull prosperity toward you or push it away. Choose wisely. Train your inner dialogue to match the life you want, and life will begin to shape itself accordingly. That's the power of a prosperous mental attitude. It begins with thought, and it ends with transformation. Gratitude is not just a polite gesture or a feel-good emotion. It's a powerful spiritual force. When you express sincere gratitude, you align your mind with abundance. You tell your subconscious, I already have enough. I live in a state of sufficiency. And what your subconscious believes, it amplifies. Think about this. When you're grateful, you're no longer operating from lack. You're not begging, pleading, or doubting. You're affirming that something good is already present, even if it hasn't yet appeared in physical form. This is the secret that unlocks the flow of more. The thankful heart is always close to the riches of the universe. Why? Because when you give thanks, you are in harmony with the infinite source. You're acknowledging that divine supply exists, and you're open to receiving it. That shift in energy is everything. Gratitude moves you from tension to trust, from fear to faith. Many people wait to feel grateful after something happens, after the money arrives, after the promotion, after the healing. But the true key is to express gratitude before the manifestation. That's when it becomes a creative force. Saying thank you for the thing you desire even before it shows up impresses the idea on your subconscious as real. You might say, but how can I be grateful for what I don't yet have? And the answer is through imagination. Visualize the outcome you want. Feel the joy and relief of it already happening, and then give thanks as if it's already yours. This is not wishful thinking. It's spiritual law in action. Feeling gratitude is like turning on the faucet of abundance. The more you express it, the more the flow increases. And not just for money. Gratitude heals relationships, lifts depression, inspires creativity, and even improves physical health. Why? Because it changes your vibration. It shifts you from resistance to receptivity. Start small. Each day, make it a habit to silently give thanks. When you pay a bill, bless it and say, thank you that I always have more than enough. When you see someone succeed, instead of feeling envy, say, thank you, universe, for showing me what's possible. When you wake up, affirm, thank you for the unseen good coming my way today. This practice rewires your brain. It retrains your subconscious. It teaches your inner self that life is not a battle of scarcity, but a field of endless opportunity. And once your subconscious accepts that belief, it begins to organize your outer world to match. Gratitude is faith in action. It's a sign that you believe in divine timing, in unseen supply, in the power of your thoughts. And the universe responds to that vibration with precision. If you're feeling stuck in life, financially, emotionally, or spiritually, start by becoming radically grateful, not just for what you like, but for everything. Even challenges carry hidden blessings. Even delays are often divine preparation. Gratitude dissolves fear. It quiets the ego. It opens the heart. And it sets in motion the very forces that bring your dreams to life. So make it a daily ritual. Give thanks as if the prosperity you seek is already yours. Speak it, write it, feel it. That one shift in attitude can open doors that logic never could. Prosperity isn't just something you chase. It's something you tune into. And gratitude is the frequency that opens the channel. Everything you see in your life right now, your successes, your struggles, your environment, all began as a thought, an image in your mind. Your outer world is a direct reflection of the mental pictures you hold within. What you consistently imagine, especially with emotion, your subconscious accepts as truth and begins to bring into form. This is not simply positive thinking, it is a creative law. The images you plant in your mind are like seeds. They grow silently beneath the surface until they become your lived experience. If you constantly picture lack, difficulty, or fear, your subconscious will work to make those images real. But when you hold images of success, joy, health, and abundance, and feel them vividly, those too begin to materialize. Your imagination is the workshop of your mind. It is here that all plans are created. And it's not just the image itself that matters, it's the feeling behind it. You can't just casually picture a better life and expect change. You must immerse yourself in the image, see it as real, and feel it in your bones. The stronger the emotional connection, the deeper the impression on your subconscious. Consider how many people use their imagination destructively. They worry. They visualize failure. They replay painful events and expect more of the same. This is misusing the creative power within them. Whether you use imagination consciously or unconsciously, it is always working, and it never stops responding to your dominant mental images. The good news? You can choose the images you want to plant. You can direct your imagination like a movie director shaping a scene. Begin by asking yourself, what do I want to experience? Then close your eyes and begin to build that scene in your mind. Make it detailed. See yourself already living it. Feel the emotion of it being done. The importance of using the imagination in a relaxed state, especially before sleep. In that drowsy, receptive state, the subconscious is most open. If you fill your mind with positive, detailed mental images before bed, you're programming your inner mind to work on your behalf throughout the night. It's also essential to be consistent. One powerful visualization session won't override a lifetime of fear-based thinking. Make it a daily practice. Repetition is how you impress the subconscious. Just like how habits are formed through repeated action, mental images take root through repeated focus. Your mind doesn't care whether the image is real or imagined, it simply responds. That's why athletes visualize winning before ever stepping on the field. That's why successful people mentally rehearse their goals before they become reality. They are using their inner vision to shape the outer world. I believe the subconscious has infinite intelligence and infinite power. But it must be directed. You are the director. Your imagination is the tool. And feeling is the fuel that brings it all to life. So if you want a new reality, don't start by changing the outside. Start by changing the movie you're playing inside. Upgrade the pictures. Replace worry with confidence. Replace fear with joy. Replace limitation with boundless possibility. Your life will always mirror your dominant mental images, whether you like them or not. So choose wisely. Picture the life you want. Live it in your mind daily, and let your subconscious bring it to pass. Poverty is not just a lack of money, it is a mindset, a deeply rooted mental pattern that gets impressed upon the subconscious and then shows up as financial struggle, missed opportunities, and a life of lack. I told you all conditions, including poverty, stem from the thoughts we entertain and the beliefs we accept as truth. Many people unknowingly accept poverty as their fate. They say things like, I never have enough. Money is hard to come by. Or, people like me just don't get ahead. These statements may feel like facts, but they are actually affirmations. Repeated often enough, especially with emotion, they become the mental blueprints that shape reality. Wealth is a state of consciousness. It is the awareness of the abundance of the infinite. That means prosperity isn't something you chase, it's something you become aware of. It's a frequency you tune into. But to access it, you must first erase the old mental programming that has kept you stuck in patterns of lack. If you were raised hearing phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, those beliefs may still live in your subconscious, and as long as they remain there, they will silently sabotage every effort to create wealth. That's because the subconscious always seeks to prove your beliefs right, even if those beliefs are working against you. The good news is this: patterns can be broken, beliefs can be changed, the mind can be renewed. And when your inner pattern changes, your outer world will begin to reflect it. The first step is awareness. Begin to notice your thoughts and language about money. Do you constantly speak about what you don't have? Do you expect bills instead of blessings? Do you feel tension or guilt when thinking about wealth? These are all signs of a poverty pattern. Next, begin to replace those old patterns with new ones. Declare often, money flows to me freely and easily. I am open to receiving abundance. Wealth is my natural state. But don't just say the words, feel them. The subconscious doesn't respond to empty affirmations. It responds to felt belief. So infuse your words with faith, with gratitude, and with emotion. Visualization is also a powerful tool. Begin to picture yourself living in abundance. See yourself paying bills with joy, giving generously, living comfortably. Use all your senses. Make it real in your mind. The subconscious will accept these images as true and begin to create circumstances that match. You must act as if you are already prosperous, in thought, in attitude, and in expectation. Even if your bank account says otherwise. Don't let your mind agree with lack. Begin to think and feel as a prosperous person would. This mental shift will start to attract new ideas, new opportunities, and new channels for wealth to flow. It's not magic, it's the law of the mind. What you consistently think and feel becomes your experience. So if you've been caught in a cycle of lack, don't blame the world, your job, or your background. Look inward. Ask yourself, what beliefs am I carrying about money and worth? And more importantly, am I willing to let them go? You are not destined to struggle. Poverty is not your identity. It's just a mental pattern. And once you break that pattern, you'll unlock the flow of abundance that's been waiting for you all along. Prosperity is not something you chase, it's something you realize. It's already within you. Right now, this very moment, the seed of abundance lives inside your mind, waiting for recognition and expression. You are not separate from wealth. You are the channel through which wealth flows. The only thing that ever blocks it is your own belief that it's missing. You are not a beggar hoping for a miracle. You are the miracle. You are not waiting for wealth to come to you. You are the source through which wealth is made visible. This is not philosophy. This is spiritual law. The infinite intelligence within you can bring you everything you need, provided you align your thoughts with it. What does that mean? It means that your inner world must match the reality you wish to experience. If you want abundance, you must claim it boldly. You must identify with it, feel it, and expect it before any outer evidence shows up. Think about it. Everything in your life begins as a thought. Every success, every solution, every dollar ever made, it all starts in the mind. So, instead of trying to change the world outside of you, change the world inside of you. The truth is, you don't have to get prosperity, you have to wake up to it. This awakening starts with a shift in identity. Begin affirming, I am abundance. I am aligned with the flow of wealth. I deserve prosperity now. Speak these words with authority, not hope, with conviction, not doubt. When you do, you're not just saying nice things, you're issuing spiritual commands to your subconscious, which will then move heaven and earth to fulfill them. And here's what most people don't realize. The universe responds to boldness. When you step up and claim what's yours, without fear, without apology, life begins to reorganize around your new state of being. Opportunities appear, ideas flow, people show up, things begin to happen. But if you hesitate, if you second guess your worth, if you wait for permission or proof, you send mixed signals to your subconscious and it delays the result. Why? Because the subconscious only acts on what you truly believe. And belief is shown through feeling and action, not just words. So act like the prosperous person you already are. Think prosperously. Speak with confidence. Give generously, even if it's small. Expect good things. Walk like someone who knows their needs are met. And when doubts arise, because they will, don't argue with them. Simply return to the truth. I am prosperity. It is already mine. I remind you again and again, the feeling of wealth produces wealth. This is not fantasy. It is the way the mind and spirit co-create your world. So feel it now, not tomorrow, not once the money shows up. Feel it now. Let that feeling of abundance rise up in your chest, in your voice, in your posture. Let it become who you are. Because the truth is, you're not trying to become rich. You already are. In potential, in power, in truth. Your job is to claim it, to stop identifying with lack, limitation, or fear, and to boldly affirm with every fiber of your being, I am that, I am. Prosperity isn't far from you. It is you. You were created to flourish, to expand, to bless others with your overflow. But none of that can happen until you say yes. Not with your lips, but with your heart. So today, stop waiting, stop wondering, step into the truth, You are prosperous now. Claim it boldly and watch your world transform.